Hello everyone, welcome back. This is DisturbingPuppet. Today we're going to start a new game of Warhammer 40,000 Gladius Relics of War, playing as the Imperial Guard, or Astra Militarum as they're called in this. So let's get to it. Last time we played as the Orcs, before that played as the Necrons. This time we're going to give the Imperial Guard a try. I'm a little bit worried about how weak they're going to start off at, and hopefully they're going to get a bit stronger later. I kind of like long-range tank, artillery-focused kind of idea that I sort of ran into as playing as Orcs last time. So I'm hoping we'll get there, but I think initially they're going to be pretty weak. So let's see. How about some kind of green for the Imperial Guard? I know it makes sense for Orcs, but that's fine. We'll go Astra Militarum. It always throws me off saying Astra Militarum. Red can be Orcs, I suppose, since that's what I did last time. Let's change this to blue-ish of some kind. You can be Necrons, I guess. And yellow can be Imperial Guard again. Alright, Space Marines, I mean. So we got everything kind of set. Difficulty medium, world size medium, landmass medium, standard, everything. So we're just going to go for it. So I've decided we are the 133rd Regiment of the Maastricht Meat Shields. Meat Shields being appropriate for the Imperial Guard. Hopefully we can get to tanks and stuff. I'm kind of hoping what I want to do is focus on doing as much research as I can to get to where I need to be. With the tanks, artillery, that kind of stuff. So I'll be quiet.
Few worlds were as pristine as Gladius Prime, or so well located. Soon after its discovery, it grew into a rich imperial world. Then the Orcs landed, and it burned. We, the men and women of the Astra Militarum, answered the call to battle the green-skin menace. Yet we died side by side with the Orcs when the warp storms hit and the Necrons awoke. Whoever our foe, we will reclaim this world and its ancient riches, or we will die trying. For mankind and for the God Emperor.
Well, that's an interesting starting location. So apparently we are loyal, but we're going to fight Space Marines at some point. Whatever. Let's take a look at what little I can see here. Do a little bit of scouting around. Why are we just kind of a feature here that'll slow you down and stop you from moving and do some damage to you, basically. We've got Grok's Pasture, special feature that increases food or requisition output of the city when acquired. Around Hearthstone, alien storytellers muse about the Groks, the dangerous herd animal that is ubiquitous throughout human lands. Wherever man goes, the hardy Groks travels with him or is there before him. Some joke that the Groks was the Old One's most successful creation. Actually, I should have looked at the info on the Imperial Guard, so let's do that. See if there's anything special about them. Initial challenge hard, great. Billions of men, inexpensive ranged infantry but susceptible to morale, heavy armor, mighty armored vehicles with many upgrades, thundering artillery, extreme long-range artillery, Imperial Bastion, defensive fortification to keep attackers at bay, bureaucracy of war, issue city edicts to increase city output. Though our tanks and artillery are mighty, it's vast ranks of Imperial Guardsmen that shall trample the enemy to dust. Let them come. The Astra Militarum, commonly known as the Imperial Guard, is the primary fighting force of the Imperium of Man. Across a galaxy of 100 billion stars, there must be billions of guardsmen at least. Yet even the Departmentum Munitorum on Terra, which oversees the immense force, has no real idea of how many troops there are at any one time. A safe estimate is to say there are millions of regiments. While the Imperial Guard lack in strength, courage, and resilience, they make up in numbers, organization, and fighting vehicles. The Guard's wide variety of tanks is rightly feared. The manpower of the Astra Militarum is predominantly human, though they do employ stable mutant strains such as the giant Bolgrins. That's the first time I've heard of Bolgrins. All these troops are equipped with the best mass-produced weaponry that the tech priests' war manufactories can provide, though it is often backward compared to that wielded by their enemies. Across the vastness of galactic space, the vast majority of the Imperium's battles involve the Astra Militarum. It is by their action and endless sacrifice that mankind has claimed and held their place in the universe. So nothing really super special. The Necrons had some kind of special abilities and stuff. The Orcs had some special things. The Imperial Guard are just generic guys. So we're up in the upper left-hand corner of the map, so we'll do a little scouting around before we decide where we're going to start our city. We'll definitely grab the Grox pasture here. It's got a lot of forest around, so that's going to make things a little difficult. Tip: weak units. Unlike guardsmen, units like guardsmen are very weak by themselves. Such vulnerable units are advised to keep multiple units close together so they can assist each other, especially when venturing into unexplored territory. Okay. So it's even like tutorializing me that the guard is super weak. So that's kind of funny. I've got a river here. Let's just see if we can see anything. Just tons of forest. Seems like we've got more water here, possibly. Let's see if we can see anything out here. We're like in the middle of a giant rainforest or something. Just curious what it's going to recommend out here, really. I want to escape from the ability is what I want to do. 40% food on these tiles, which must be why it's recommending these to start with. Foods might be a bit of an issue. We are running negative food. Alright, let's go a little bit further back. Got some ruins up here. So I guess we'll found here. Well, I would actually like to maybe be a little bit further so we aren't having adjacent tiles being water to our city. So maybe right where these guys are at is where we'll found. Do that next turn. Hopefully we're not going to run into any enemies too early on here. I'd like to get research going as quick as possible. I think that's going to be the main thing I want to focus on early on is research, because I want to get the tanks and artillery as quick as possible. Infantry are not really going to be my comfort zone with the Imperial Guard here. The other thing I'm going to do is that, let's see what pops up here as the turn goes by. Okay. So in previous games, what I've done is playing as the Necrons and the Orcs. I followed through the storyline, even when I could have wiped out all my opponents and finished the game that way. And so especially with the Orcs, it took a really long time to get through a lot of the turns, just to kind of finish off the storyline. So what I'm planning on doing is, if I can wipe out my enemies, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to actually hang out for the whole storyline, because essentially they all end the same with a certain number of turns you have to survive some kind of massive invasion. So essentially, I'm just going to not worry about it much. If we wipe out the enemies, we're going to wipe out the enemies, and that's it. We're good and done. So I'm not too concerned with actually following all of the storyline, but we'll definitely get through a good chunk of it, I'm sure. Just kind of doing the natural things. We'll be completing storyline missions and stuff. What is this, anyway? Servo arm. It's good armor penetration of 8. Tech Priest Engine Seers and their servitor minions often sport powerful servo arms. The mechanized limbs can be turned with equal ease to complex battlefield repairs or crushing life from foes. Though these weapons are slow to strike, once the blessed hydraulics of the servo arm's claw have locked in and begun to squeeze, foes face a hideous and inexorable death. Blessings of the Omnissiah. Restore hit points of target allied vehicle or fortification. Okay, so just basically repair. Thus do we invoke the machine god. Thus do we make the whole, that which was sundered. Well, you guys won't be around long. We'll be turning you into a city. So let's just scout a little bit further up. That is a Shard of Vol. Special feature that increases ore or requisitions and energy output of the city when acquired. Before the warp storm when man ruled the planet, these great outcrops were a curiosity and attraction, like Cadia's pylons. Yet whilst the warp storm rages overhead, they tremble with an unkind power that foolhardy races may seek to tap. Some increased general stuff. Always a good thing. So we've got something else out here, maybe? Might just be more ruins. So yeah, you guys, let's move here. Let's set up the city here. I don't think I can do that this turn. So we've got ore and food. Actually, we've got a 50% food down to the right there. Alright, we've got Labor Corps. Acquiring tiles, clearing tiles. Let's continue doing a bit more scouting. I don't want to split my guys up too much because they are going to be kind of weak. Actually, I didn't even look at their weapons. Damage 1, armor penetration 0. So yeah, things like the Katachan or Katachan Devils or the Castellan robots early on, I'm not going to do anything to at all. These guys just going to be incredibly weak. Las weapons fire packets of explosive laser energy. The larger the gun, the more powerful the shot. Regardless of size, las weapons are incredibly reliable, making them the favored tools of war throughout the Imperium. Let's move you guys back. You can take a look up here. Good. Not seeing anything yet. How about you head up this way? So here we do have a spot free. I can't build anything at the moment. Actually, I don't have a spot free, it's just 2. So I'll have to grab a tile. Let's go for the 50% food one first, just for the benefit. It's only 2 structures. Actually, all these are 2 structures, but we can clear the tiles and get more. Actually, it looks like I didn't take control of this, but maybe I did. It's kind of hard to tell with the green on the tiles. So we're going to work on grabbing that. Yeah, I must have, because the flags there are green. It's just hard to see in the forest. It's one thing that sometimes the interface is a little bit hard to see things, depending on the terrain and the colors and icons and stuff. Alright, we've got research now, since we have a city. What's our initial stuff? Frag grenade, that's always good. Anti-infantry grenades. Inspired training. Edict that increases production output of Imperial barracks, so able to make some infantry units faster. Building that produces ground vehicles as well as generates ore and research. That's probably what we want to go with first. Building produces heroes as well as generates influence and increases loyalty. Boxcaster reduces the morale loss for guardsmen and Tempestus Scions. Let's go with the Manufactorum first and focus on ground vehicles. And that's going to be it for the turn. Hoping we're not going to run into anything soon. Chapter 1, Life in the Guard. Gladius Prime had seemed an excellent placement for a senior Imperial Administrator with its rich resources and strategic location. It was both easy and prestigious to rule. For the local people, life had been by the book, until the day the planet's space stations fell flaming from the sky and the orcs descended, followed by even worse Xenos horrors. The resident Space Marine chapter stood fast, but could barely hold out. Except now they're trying to kill me. As the commander of the reinforcing Astra Militarum forces, you landed on the planet months ago, but the unexpected reappearance of the planet's warp storm has trapped you on the surface. You've regrouped the surviving civilians and Astra Militarum troops into one city, but there are still soldiers scattered beyond the walls. We must gather them, rebuild our cities, and reclaim this planet for the Emperor. Our first stage is to get the Imperium's war manufactories back online. In an Imperial Manufactorum, colonists can live and die without ever seeing the outside world, endlessly building war machines for the glory of mankind. So, research Manufactorum and construct Manufactorum. Well, isn't that convenient? And we get extra ore. We're already working on it. Okay, how about you grab the Shard of Vol. We should be near the edge of the map here. Let's just see if we spot anything else. Nothing. Let's hide out in the ruins and see if we can spot anything. Trying to keep guys together because they are kind of weak. City can handle itself at this point, anything we run across. So we grab the tile. Got a massive food benefit here, so let's go ahead and start working on some food. We'll probably need more ore eventually, so we might want to look at expanding to a tile that gives me more ore, but I think everything was just 10% here. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Yeah, everything's 10 all around us. Probably clearing some tile here at some point too. Alright, where can you go? Yeah, it's supposed to be the edge of the map. I can't go any further there. So unlike a lot of games like this, you can't use some of your movement and then continue using more movement, which is something I often do in games like Civilization to kind of scout, move a little bit more. In this, once you move, you're done. So I kind of do a little bit of leapfrogging to kind of check things out without putting people in too much danger, hopefully. And we found some Kroot Hounds. This unit has rapid-fire weapons equipped. Units with rapid-fire weapons are able to cause much more damage at close range, but can still fire from further away. It might be worth moving closer. Yeah, we're already next to them. Yeah, I do have a range of 2. Alright, shoot them up. Let's see if we can finish off the Kroot Hounds here. Just going to look at this. Basically the most simple, basic, early AI-controlled enemy you're going to run into. Agile Predator that is particularly dangerous in forests. Pseudo-avian Kroot is uniquely flexible, able to absorb the genetic data of other races by consuming them, but sometimes isolated Kroot communities run into evolutionary dead ends. The Kroot Hound is one such dead end, a devolution of the Kroot into a wolf-like species. In Gladius Prime, they've run feral for generations. Can be dangerous in large numbers, and there's often large numbers of them. I can only get one other unit adjacent to shoot, it looks like. So I'm not going to be able to kill them off. Not going to have line of sight from anywhere else. Let's just scout a little bit. Ah, crap. Yeah, at least we're going to get a shot on them first before they do anything to me. But they are going to hit me for some damage here, I'm sure. See how bad it is. Oh, they're running off. That's kind of surprising. Splat. Not seeing anything else. This must be the edge of the map. Might be another tile here, but not sure. Finish them off. Enemies in front, Commissar at our back. Yeah. I'll stay in the ruins for a little bit of cover. I'm not seeing them. They're probably out here. The forest blocks our line of sight pretty effectively. Let's just kind of hang out in the ruins for now, a little bit of cover. See if we see anything. Looks okay. Early turns are going to go by pretty quickly here. I'm hoping the Imperial Guard will heal in their cities. But I'm not sure. Even the Orcs didn't actually heal in their cities unless I put the Orcoid fungus down. Necrons just healed everywhere, so it didn't really matter so much. Just kind of take a peek. Huh. Yeah, they just took off. Population increased. That's it. And we're coming back. Ow. That wasn't very nice. Let's get up there and do some shooting. Hopefully everybody combined we can wipe them out, I hope. Well, probably not, actually. Saying most likely not. Good estimate. Yep. Still a little tiny bit alive. 1 health left. We'll have the Manufactorum next turn. See what kind of vehicles we can build. Manufactorum, building that produces ground vehicles as well as generates ore and research. To call an Imperial Manufactorum a factory is akin to calling a Catachan devil an insect. These cyclopean structures are huge, forbidding temples to the machine god, where in his miracles, here vehicles of war, are created. Inside them, lowly menials are doomed to never see the planet's surface as they ceaselessly minister to the blessed engine of Mars. So a couple ore and research each turn, which is kind of cool. Looks like initially I'm just going to be able to produce Scout Sentinels. We'll need Hydra, Basilisks, Lehman Rust Battle Tanks, Bane Blades. Bane Blades were really awesome. They were kind of dropping when I was playing as the Orcs. Took like half my army to take out a single Bane Blade. Just amazingly powerful. Now we produced a farm. Okay. So now we've got a decent amount of food coming in. I'd like to go ahead and build the Manufactorum. There's the Manufactorum. Yeah, we've got the research or the resources, so we might as well go ahead and throw it here. What I'll probably do is then clear the tile, and then we'll build another farm here just for the massive food. So we'll have good food for a while. We won't have to worry about putting it other locations, at least not for a little while. You guys are kind of beat up. Let's have them move out. So let's start moving back towards the city, and we'll see if we can heal them up in the city, and if not, we'll just have to park them and let them recover slowly over time. More research. What do we have? Frag grenade. Production for the barracks wouldn't be too bad. Finishing off the buildings, so the Shrine of the Aquila. I'm assuming morale loss is going to be pretty bad if we actually have an upgrade right away to improve it. Frag grenade early on is probably going to be useful against like the crude hounds and stuff. So let's go with that first, and we'll kind of figure it out from there. Okay, good. No more enemies. Let's see if we can get you down towards the city. Move you in the general direction as well. If I'm going to scout, I'd like to get the units back to full strength before I send out some units to do that. More crude hounds causing problems. If they're attacking from forests, they just kind of suddenly hit me, and not much I can do about it. Let's see if we can get you in here. We'll see if they'll actually heal on their turn. So they're at 9 right now. You guys are down to 8. We can take some shots or we can head away. Let's go ahead and move back a bit. I don't think they're going to heal being on the Grok's pasture, even though it's something I control, but we'll see. So 9 and 8 is what we've got here. Crude hound's taken off. Yeah, still at 8, still at 9, yeah. So you guys, let's go ahead and hold position until healed. Heal 20% a turn, 3 turns till fully healed. You guys, 4 turns till fully healed, do the same. Let's just kind of be cautious and kind of protect them for now. Although they'll get chewed up if they get spotted. Population increase some more. 3 more turns, we'll have the Manufactorum. Okay, a little bit of recovery there. Might as well do this as well. They'll be healed up in one turn. Just burning through the turns here real quick. One more turn for frag grenades. A little bit of scouting. Frag grenade grants infantry the ability to throw anti-infantry grenades. Lethal storm of shrapnel from these grenades drives opponents further under the cover for a few precious seconds, allowing attackers more time to close in and hopefully get the first blow in against a disoriented foe. And we finished the first chapter, so we got some extra ore. We must find our scattered allies and foes. The Imperial Sentinel Scout Walker may be fragile, but its speed will allow us to explore the planet more quickly. Build one as soon as possible. So produce one, get 50 ore. Cool. Let's go ahead and clear the tile so we can build another thing there. I'll probably plan on doing another farm. So Scout Sentinel requires 40 ore, upkeep of 2 ore. Right now we're good on ore. Eventually that's going to change. Sentinel is a fast-moving combat walker employed to scout dense terrain and provide close infantry fire support. With surprising speed and locomotive dexterity, Sentinels can traverse terrain that would confound other armored vehicles. The lightly armored Scout Sentinel in particular are used to range ahead of the main battle line, setting up brutal ambushes or launching pinpoint raids. Alright, let's work on one of those. Kind of focusing on the artillery and armored aspect of the Imperial Guard rather than pumping out infantry right away. Let's start heading out just to see if we can spot anything. So I think they're still, yeah, holding position until healed. Let's go with the Voxcaster so we can reduce morale loss. I'm assuming that's going to be a bit of an issue. Next we've got Cult Mechanicus. Building up produces Tech Priest, Engine Seers, and generates research. That's going to be definitely useful. So it's research and will make the Tech Priest so they repair vehicles and can build new cities for us. Hab Block, increased population limit. Heavy Weapons Squad, we're definitely going to want that. If I make infantry at all, that's going to be what we're going to go for. Crack Grenade, Anti-Armor Grenades, Rites of Machine Spirit. Edict that increases the production output of manufactorums in the city. Okay. Just looking to see. Hydra will be the next one, so that'd be the first armored thing we can make. So you guys are set. Alright, everybody's at full health. We've all got grenades, so we're a little bit better set up for doing a little bit more exploring. Let's just see if we can see anything down this way. Don't want to separate out too much. Okay, so we find something. Well, got a bunch. Have to use some grenades here. Ow. Alright, cleared a forest. Population increased. That's all good. Yes, let's go ahead and just go with the farm like we had talked about. Doubling up on the benefit that I've got, the 50% extra bonus there. You guys are in a bit of a bad spot. Let's grenade them, do some damage. See if we can kill them off with grenades. And maybe you can finish them off. Oh, we can't quite kill them off with shooting, is the estimate, so we'll use a grenade, kill them off. Gaining a little bit of experience early on. Don't want to lose any units if I can avoid it. That's it. Hopefully we don't see anything worse than the Crude Hounds for a little while here. Back to being pretty banged up. At least these guys are kind of banged up. Let's pull them back and we'll heal them up. You guys are okay. Let's do a little bit more scouting. Relatively cautiously. Looks like we've got water here, too. Let's just take a look. Okay, we've got a Jakaro trading outpost here. So this is a place where we can buy stuff for characters. So Jakaro Trading Encampment special feature allows a hero unit on the tile to purchase and sell items as well as increased influence output of the city when acquired. If you have little regard for your life and seek excitement, visit the Jakaro. Imbued with an instinctive technical creativity that exceeds even that of an orc mech boy, these orange-furred aliens resemble a great Terran ape, but can create wonders beyond imagining. Challenges in acquiring them and safely working out what they do. So it looks like not much is here. We're still actually haven't explored hardly anything at all. Okay, good. We're not seeing anything. You guys stay put till you're healed. We'll have the Voxcaster next turn. A couple more turns for the Scout Sentinels. You guys creep up and see. And nothing. And you can grab the Jakaro outpost. Nice big open area here. Oh, that's really bad. Yeah, we're leaving. We can't really do anything to one of the Castellan robots. Time to run away. Voxcaster reduces morale loss for Guardsmen and Tempestus Scions. Voxcaster is a reliable communications array connected to the tactical command net via tight beam transmitters. Yeah, we need to get out of here. Stone Robot I can't do anything to with just basic guys. These guys are really tough early on to deal with. Extremely durable and heavily armed combat robot units. Castellan robots are ancient monstrosities that stamp to war, each an unliving giant assigned a deadly purpose by its master. Soulless, these metallic golems are given thought only by the Doctrina wafers and their recessed chest slots and the cybernetic datasmiths that program their every move. These machines are walking relics from eons past, and all the deadlier for it. The air nearby thrums with power, bullets ricocheting from repulsor fields that glow like golden cages around them. Volleys of phosphor blasts and promethium incinerate their foes wherever they may hide, and crushing fists bring ruin wherever they strike. The violence meted out by each maniple is as inspiring to the Omnissiah's faithful as it is terrifying to its foes. Speaking of which, let me check and make sure the stream's working. Alright, everything looks fine. I haven't had any trouble with this game, but it's one of those games that if I exit out of the game or tab out of the game, then everything just kind of freezes. And I don't know why games do that, but some do. Let's run as far away as possible. Hope we don't run into anything. Not going to fight this. Even if he grabs this, I don't care. That's fine. Let's get you up for a little support in case something shows up from the other direction. Alright, research. I would like to get some Tech Priest Engine Seers as quick as possible, but Heavy Weapon Squad is also going to be very important. Crack Grenade would also be helpful for things like the Castellan robots. If I'm going to make anything soon, go with the Heavy Weapon Squad, so let's do that. We'll have the farm in a turn, we'll have to grab another tile, then we can start working on maybe a building to produce the Heavy Weapon Squads. Have the Sentinel here next turn. I hope he can't see me. Chapter 1, Life in the Guard. Produce a Sentinel, got some ore. From the safety of a Sentinel, the pilot reports that surviving civilians are being hunted by the degenerate Kroots, a polymorphic xenospecies gone feral. Kill native Xenos. Well, I wish I'd gotten this earlier, because I've killed a few already. Rewards, train sentinel pilot, increased damage for scout sentinels. Okay. Produced a farm. Produced the scout sentinels. I'll have to grab another tile here. I guess the next best is going to be the 40% food, so go that way. Let's go ahead and start working on another sentinel, I suppose. Yeah, we're doing okay on ore, so that should be okay. We're going to have to start building some ore production if we're going to start pumping out units that have an upkeep of ore. Let's get you the heck out of there. Guys are still working on getting back to full health. Not sure how well the scout sentinels are going to work through the forest. Let me take a look at their weapons. We've got 2 multi-lasers, no armor penetration, a bunch of attacks, so more of anti-infantry then, I guess. Range of 2. Yeah, so even these guys aren't going to do me any good, really, against the Castellan robots. Let's kind of try to protect the weak unit. Okay. Yeah, we can actually get pretty far. Let's just head here. Do a quick scout and see if we spot anything. Okay, I've got some more water here, breaking things up. Ridge. We start exploring this direction since we have a Castellan down here. I don't want to head that way until we have some heavy weapon squads or something. You head towards the city. They can just kind of stay there, and then we'll have them start healing up. You guys move out to protect them. And you do the same. Hopefully we can find some more Crude Hounds to kill off. Okay, I've grabbed another tile. So let's go ahead and do the Imperial Barracks first. You guys stay put, heal up. Let's scout a little bit more this direction. Nothing. Oh, okay. Found a Ruin of All. Special feature that provides a reward to the first unit that enters the tile and increases the research output of the city when acquired. It's unclear what this is, some time-worn structure rearing up from the shattered surface, made from the same impenetrable material as the rare artifacts that dot the planet. Much can be learned merely from studying it, and perhaps it still houses some secrets itself. Paradise of the Lice. Okay. And there's a Necron tomb here as well. Deep beneath the innocuous patch of land lies a tomb city, where the Necrons have slept away the long millennia. To anyone who knows the correct protocols, it's a simple matter to begin the procedure of awakening it and its inhabitants from their dreamless sleep. Well, hopefully not. We do have a shot here at range. I'll weaken the Crude a bit before they come after me. Send you guys up to help a little bit. Don't have a good spot to put them. And they're taking off. Okay, you guys just grab the Ruin of All. What did we get? Endurance Implant, passive. Increase movement of the unit. Okay, it's just... Is it something I activate? No, just passive, okay. An atypical Jacaro device, this implant weaves its way into the host organism to optimize its biological system. Its user will find itself tireless, able to run faster, fight for longer, and generally keep going until its overwrought body gives way, that is. So this is basically something you can give to a hero. Only heroes can carry items. A lot of the items increase weapons or toughness, armor, all that kind of stuff, health. So this will just help me move a little bit. Yeah, it's okay. Not great. Let's see. Just going to move out this general direction and see if we can track down the Groot Hounds. Population increased. 2 more turns for research, 3 more turns for Sentinel, 5 turns for the barracks. Okay. These early turns do tend to go pretty quickly. Once I run into another AI opponent, then things are going to get kind of crazy, kind of quick. Typically, actually, I've run it, I think, with the Necrons and the Orcs. The first ones I run into sort of were the Marines, so I wiped them out early in both games. So I haven't seen kind of late game stuff with them, and I kind of don't really want to see late game Space Marine stuff. Well, we can scout again. Let's do a scout here. Okay, we've got an artifact. I don't see the Groot Hounds at all. Siren Caster. Stationary artifact unit that increases loyalty. Multiple ventricles on this artifact flap gently in the planet's coastal zephyrs, producing a new noise like organic wind chimes. I can't talk today. All who hear this song feel themselves pleasantly calmed, as if a matriarchal hand had laid gently upon their shoulder. So for the Imperial Guard, that's actually fairly useful. +5 loyalty. Actually, that helps for my cities more. I was thinking it was morale, not loyalty. So as long as there's no enemy units nearby, I can take control of this if I move next to it. Let's head in that direction, since we don't see anything. Groot Hounds must have gone this way as well. They're still healing up. Well, we've got Enslavers and Groot Hounds both showing up. Ow. Heavy Weapon Squad, infantry unit equipped to deal with heavily armored targets. Infantry heavy weapons are typically crewed by a team of 2 men. One fires the weapon while the other supplies the ammunition, and between them they can relocate the weapon if needs be. So 4 crack missile launchers, 4 armor penetration, accuracy's okay, range of 3. Okay, so it's a longer range than just about anything any of the other groups have. Blast weapons fire shells, missiles, or packets of energy that explode on impact. That doesn't sound like a crack missile launcher. Unit discovered Enslavers. Highly dangerous warp unit that enslaves the minds of its enemies. That can actually take control of my units. During the War in Heaven, legend tells that the Old Ones engineered new warp-sensitive species to defeat the Catan, Korok, Eldar, Man, and more. Yet they bargained without the denizens of the warp, the most numerous of which were the Enslavers, or Sirens. These transdimensional beings were able to rapidly enslave the new races, and hence aided in the downfall of the Old Ones. Today, Enslaver incursions are rare, but extremely destructive unless ended quickly. They're kind of a pain to deal with early on. Quite a bit of health, so they're kind of tough to take out. So I don't have grenades ready yet. Let's see if I can focus all my fire on the Groot Hounds here. Hopefully the Enslavers won't see us. I could also move these guys up to take a shot at range at the Enslavers, but I'd rather wipe out the Groot Hounds if I can. We're still not going to wipe them out. Almost. You guys are still getting health back. Have another Sentinel in a turn. Alright. Let's go ahead and go with the Cult Mechanicus, I think. Since I've got Sentinels, I'm assuming I can't repair them. I'll have to actually use Tech Priests to repair them, I would guess. Guys are set. We've got 3 turns. We'll have a barracks ready. Nothing else we can really do quite yet. Attacking my Sentinels. Ka-dunk. Some more Sentinels on the way. So you just move out. You guys are kind of trashed, so let's head back. We can kind of hang out and heal anywhere we want, but I want to be somewhere that's at least slightly safe to do that. How about you guys finish them off? And they can just take control of this. Okay, so we can't just hold position until we're healed. Tech Priests might be able to heal us as well. Do we want to pump out another Sentinel? Doing okay on ore. Yeah, it's fine for now, I think. It's the upkeep that I'm kind of looking at, is how much upkeep do I want to have to deal with as far as building up my ore production, when I'm going to have to start ramping that up. But until I get some research done for Hydras or some other armored vehicles, it's not really going to matter too much. But we're probably going to want to get more ore going here sooner rather than later. So I know we have enslavers out here somewhere. You can get pretty far. Let's see if they can spot anything if we scout. Nope. You guys are still healing up. We'll have them start doing the same from next turn. Let's just see if we can spot enslavers out here. Oh, found Crude Hounds. So the Crude Hounds will chew up my guard more than the Sentinels, probably. So let's pull them back a little bit. So if they run into something, they'll run into the Sentinels. Since the Sentinels do have 6 armor, so that'll help them a little bit. More health. I've got a bunch of recruits showing up. Five damage still isn't great. Got our Imperial Barracks online. Let's go ahead and clear the tile so we can pump a couple things on that tile if we want to. You guys stay put till you're healed. You're all set. Let's move out. How much damage can you do? Not great. So let's grenade them. Move you guys up to finish them off. That's 2 units down. Do a little bit of damage before they attack me. Yeah, it could have been better, could have been worse. Alright, we can actually start pumping out infantry now. Let's see, what do we need? That's not bad. Upkeep's food. We're doing really good on food right now. Let's pump out some heavy weapon squads. Still doing decent damage against me there. Take some shots. Let's see if we can get the Imperial Guard to finish them off. Just get some more experience with them. Nice. Life in the Guard. Kill native Xeno stun. Especially trained Sentinel pilots. Increase damage for Scout Sentinels. We've established the city and secured our borders, yet our troops are severely under strength, but that's a problem for a later time. It's a problem for future me, not current me. Let's move out so we're kind of bunched up together, kind of try to maximize our firepower if possible. Colt Mechanicus in a couple turns. We'll have the tile cleared next turn. Not seeing any enemies. Tile cleared, population increased. We do have a good food bonus here, so even though we're not using it right now, we might as well go ahead and have ourselves set for the whole game for food production. Let's keep advancing, just kind of scouting a bit. I think we've got Recaf Leaf here. Yeah. Special feature that increases loyalty of a city when acquired. These humble fields of wild herbs hide a secret, a rich food and narcotic stimulant that allows organic races to go without sleep or rest for great periods of time. Called Recaf by humans, it's collected, processed, and distributed to factory workers and slaves to greatly improve their output. Let's scout as well, since we can. Yeah, kind of interesting map shaping up here. Definitely in a position where if we can block off this area and this area, we've really restricted access to our capital. So as far as building other cities, it might be possible to block this way with a city, or this way. This is probably better, just to have a city between our capital and anywhere else that we might want to go. Keep exploring this direction for now, see if we can see anything. We'll keep the Sentinels in front. Can't get far enough to grab the Recaf this turn anyway. These guys are going to heal up. They're still healing up. We'll have the Colt Mechanicus next turn. Colt Mechanicus, building that produces Tech Priest engine seers and generates research. Tech Priest Workshop of the Omnissiah, or Omnitia, which is, I usually say Omnitia. I'm not sure which is correct. A machine god would surely be frowned upon were it not for the usefulness. Instead, a tacit agreement is in place. The Tech Priests acknowledge publicly that the Emperor was the Omnissiah, and the Administratum agrees not to pry too closely. So research and making Tech Priest engine seers. Right now we're busy working on farms. After that, I think we'll throw one of the Tech Priest engine seer production. Yeah, go ahead and build one, and we'll start worrying about ore maybe as we expand some more. You guys are still healing up. You are still healing up. We did see enslavers out here, so we'll kind of keep an eye out that direction for now, at least. Kind of leapfrog forward here a bit. Grab the recaf. The Castellan robot was down here, so it could be out this direction as well. I don't still have anything that I can really do that will do damage to him, so we'll keep exploring other directions. Let's take a look out here. Let's stay in the forest, though. Uh-oh. Red is Orcs', so we've got Orcs right out here. That's their capital. Actually, pretty close. Since I'm here and they're right there. That's a lot closer than I'm comfortable with for starting locations. That's for sure. Okay, what can we do here? Increased loyalty, metapack, grants guardsmen and Tempestus Scions the ability to heal themselves during combat. That's cool. Hydra, a fast tank unit that excels against airborne targets. It'll be my only tank I can get early on. Where can I get an actual real tank? It's not going to be till tier 5. We get artillery. Yeah, tier 6 for the Lehman Russ tank. The Hydras are okay against infantry and stuff, but I don't think they were that good against any heavy armored targets, but I'll have to check and see. Increase food output, boosting damage of vehicles. The metapack I kind of like. The crack grenades would be helpful. Or I can just go for the Hydra. We don't need that yet. I will eventually need the Shrine of the Aquila. I don't have a place to build one yet. So for now, let's go with the Hydra just to see, then we'll kind of backtrack a little bit. I'd like to start getting armored units sooner rather than later if possible. You guys are still healing up. You're still healing up. Yeah, I really don't like having the Orcs right there. At least we're not seeing anything coming our direction. Got more Scout Sentinels. Let's send them out this way, just to see if we spot anything. This is our full health. But this also says 1 turn till fully healed, whichever that means. So I could potentially try to make a push on the Orcs really early on. I don't think I have enough force to do that yet. I don't necessarily want them to know I'm here, but they are blocking my ability to explore this direction. This way we've got the Castellan robot. I'm not sure if there's water here. Let's just kind of take a peek and see what we can see. Wireweed there, it looks like. Let's just sneak forward a little bit. And still see nothing. I'll leave them there for now. They're still healing up. They're still healing up. Yeah, they can stay there. Really going to need to get some ore production going here quickly. So maybe we'll throw ore in here instead of the shrine for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Alright, let's go with another Sentinel for now. That's going to be it. We'll keep an eye out this way on the Orcs. Spotted enslavers. Get some shots in on them. Don't take over my sentinels. Alright, finished a farm, finished a heavy weapon squad. Go with another heavy weapon squad. I need power at some point too. Actually, I'm running negative power. I didn't even notice. So power is actually more of an urgent issue because ore will require power. I don't have a power bonus anywhere nearby, I don't think. Nope. Alright, going to have to go with power first. Okay, you guys are back to full health. Should have a shot from there. See if we can light up these enslavers. Don't have a grenade online, but we can get some shots in on them. Might be able to finish them off with the Imperial Guard as well. Let's see what kind of damage we can get. Not quite enough to kill them. Super close, but not enough. While you're here, scout, let's just take a look. Yeah. Orcses. Lots of orcses. Oh, I can't actually go around. There's a cliff here. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes from the angles, depending which way you're coming. I thought this would connect, but actually with the cliff here, I can't actually go there. I was just kind of curious if this connects here. It looks like it probably does, but there's no way through here. So we really just have one way east and west, one way north and south. That's it. Alright, let's pull them back. Feature discovered, Orc City. Grants damage reduction, increased healing rate, and decreased movement cost for allied units. Grants range damage reduction infantry units. This monstrous shantytown barely merits the name of city when placed alongside structures of other races, but it is closest that orcs can ever get to an ermine existence. Battered plates of scavenged metal and stone surround a junkyard filled with crude fighting pits, deep sumps, and pungent mushrooms. Wonderful. Yeah, hopefully they're not able to see me here, and hopefully they don't have a lot of stuff yet. I might try rushing them just to see if I can kill them off. You're at full health, let's head that way. Let's send you out as well. Heavy weapon squad, I'm tempted to just kind of hold a couple of them here to maybe go after the Castellan robot, just to expand in that direction, instead of sending it out with the other units. So for now, let's just kind of stay here, I guess. 16 health. I've actually got 4 armor. Guardsmen actually have 4, that's not bad. I was expecting them to have like 1 or 2, or maybe even none. Alright, keep an eye out this way, see if more orcs show up. Yep, taking control of my sentinels, that's pretty bad. Unit discovered scout sentinels. Yeah, I have control of them. So if I can kill off the enslavers, we'll get our sentinels back. It did take some morale loss and some damage, though. And I can't do anything with them. Just being controlled by alien life forms messes with your head. Let's just move up in case something comes this way. We can take shots at it. You guys go there. Keep advancing. You guys can stay put. Just keep an eye this direction. Well, I'd like everybody in full health if I'm going to go anywhere near the Orc City here. So let's have them heal up. It's kind of not a great position to be in. But it could be a lot worse. Gives me a chance to get everybody together. You guys stay there. Everything's set for production. Hydra in 4 turns. Let's see if anything shows up. Yeah, there's some buggies. Hoping they aren't seeing me. If they're exploring that direction. Let's move up. Don't think that's enough force to take out the city, especially if he has some units defending it. I don't think I have enough firepower. The cities early on are quite tough and difficult to take out. I could try for it, but I'm not sure we're going to be successful. Okay, everybody's back to full health. Got some energy now, so we're actually positive on everything. Ore is not great. Need to grab another tile. Ore is mainly what I'm concerned with, so the food doesn't really matter too much. Let's just go here, because we're mainly going to be looking at building up ore production. Have another Sentinel and another heavy weapon squad next turn. Where do I want to go to check on things? Make some cover. Discovered Boss Tower. Meeting orcs is almost a relief for guardsmen. After all, their behavior is minutely detailed in the Imperial Infantryman's uplifting primer, and most veterans will have encountered and fought them before. The men that survive generally report that orcs are unhealthily interested in where their next fight is coming from. If you can avoid conflict with them, then they will actually weaken over time. The Boss Tower there. We're not seeing anything else. Let's see if we spot anything. It's got a Jakaro trade encampment. Incorporated in the city. It's the city of Ukers. So I'm sure they can probably see me there. Going to take quite a bit of damage if we move in range, so let's kind of stay out of range of the tower for now, but advance a little bit. And we saw a buggy earlier. Go here. We'll move up the infantry behind the sentinels. For now, anyway. I'd be a little happier with this if I had crack grenades researched, but I don't have them yet. Guys, stay there. Now we got boys coming. Almost wiped them out. Rallying the remnants. While we rebuilt our city and cleared its perimeter, our missing soldiers outside the city are still being hunted down by the Falzinos. Though day and night, guardsmen's desperate pleas for help dominate our comm links. We must gather them, rebuild our cities, and reclaim the planet for the Emperor. The guardsmen are moving in small groups, surviving by using established covert warfare techniques. Contact them and recover them. Covers scattered units. It's 3 of them. We'll get some armor class bracers, so it's extra armor. There. Somebody there. I've already checked that out before. And down there. Well, that's unfortunate because we're kind of in the middle of doing some fighting. But we'll do what we can. I'm assuming that's going to give me free units. So produce more Scout Sentinels, Bruised Heavy Weapon Squad, population increased. Actually, our population's maxed now, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to have to increase our population. We've discovered boys, basic infantry unit that excels in close combat. Orc boys are the heart and soul of any warband. They charge into battle in a great mass, crashing into the enemy like a green landslide, bellowing with the joys of battle. Mobs of orc boys excel at close quarters, where they can hack, bludgeon, and stamp their foes in bloody ruin. The average orc boy is mean-tempered and exceptionally tough, more than compensating for his lack of intellect, and with a talent for violence. Not great. Let's try to stay out of range of the tower. Take a couple pistol shots. Finish it off. Oh, you got buggies. Okay, we may have to go after the buggies here. Volcanic Forest. Let's scout, just to see if we spot anything else. Shoot the buggies a tiny bit. Yeah, I'm hoping at least going there will give me free units. More buggies. Fast reconnaissance vehicle unit. Orcs tend towards light, fast vehicles with big guns that can be cobbled together from any junk to hand. Most are crewed by a mad-eyed orc driver with cackling gunner. Perhaps a grot or two hanging for dear life. They lack in survivability. The crewed vehicles make up for in speed, numbers, and deca. They encircle the enemy and surrounding squadrons, gun blazing wildly while their crew throw their heads back and howl like mad boys. Let's see, we still have you guys, so we could move into range to take shots at the boss tower. It's 94 health. Can do pretty good damage. We're going to get hammered if we move into range. And take some damage. Probably not going to be able to do much in response. At least not initially. So I'm going to kind of wait until I can get multiple units to go after it at the same time. We'll try to stay out of range. I do have more guys here now. Let's head up there with you. Got a couple heavy weapon squads, so maybe we'll send the 2 heavy weapon squads down here just to see if we spot anything. Hopefully there's nothing in the woods that's going to come after us. Crit hounds would kind of mess these guys up, ambushing them in the forest. So more heavy weapon squad. Got plenty of food, so the upkeep for that's not an issue. When it comes to the Sentinels, that's more of an issue. I will have the research for the Hydra done next turn, so I'm actually going to hold off on making anything. See if we can make a Hydra next turn after we do the research. We'll see what kind of requirements it has. Hopefully not any energy. That's going to be my main issue. So for now, let's get the city. Let's keep an eye on the orcs here while we hit end turn. And we got more war buggies. They're all taking off. I wonder if they're fighting someone further east. Hydra, a fast tank unit that excels against airborne targets. Whether faced by lightning-fast Xenos fighters or demonic leather-winged monstrosities, the Hydra flak tank is ideally equipped to blow aerial foes out of the sky. Hydra's predictive logic spirits tank singles out and locks onto its target with the tenacity of a predator beast. So they've got heavy bolters, the range of 2, and the twin-linked Hydra autocannon. Arm penetration is only 2. It's got quite a few attacks. 3 range, so that's good. Increased accuracy against flyers and skimmers. Reduced accuracy after moving, so they want to stay put and shoot from the long range. Okay. Not fantastic, but okay. Smokescreen, 100 killer missiles, probably stuff we have to research. Acquired another tile. We definitely need to research the ability to increase the population size of our building, our cities. So we'll have to go for Hab block here, I think, before anything else. Crack grenade I really do want. So what do we need for the Hydra? Well, it's got the same upkeep as Sentinel. Cost is basically the same, speed's the same. Now let's build one we can check out the stats and stuff and kind of see how they compare to the Sentinels. So work on one for now. I'm using all of my population, so I definitely need that research done and to build a Hab block as quick as possible. So for anything else, we'll go ahead and clear the tile, because even if I build something, it's not going to do me any good because I don't have the population to man anything that I produce. So you head out this way. You guys head down just to take a peek. Sure, there's a Castellan robot somewhere around there hanging out. You guys go. Guess I'll have to wait till next turn. Nope, okay, got him. So, free guardsman unit. Excellent. So I can move some sentinels into range to start shooting up the Orc City. Have to get to here. How about we go... Use you in the back first. You can draw fire. $11 is pretty bad. Not doing much in return, that's for sure. Pretty unlikely I can take out the city here. Crack grenades would definitely help. Try to stay at range. I can get right into the city here. But these guys are already kind of banged up a little bit. I think I'm just going to leave them here and we'll start healing them up. Oh, you can't get in range of the city, unfortunately. So let's just move up to cover the guardsmen here. They're repairing. I actually have a shot from here. That's kind of surprising. Let's wait. We'll use the ruins for cover for now. We'll move in next turn. And we'll see what the orcs do. Yeah, they must be fighting somebody to the east. Here comes a whole bunch of guys. That Sentinel unit took a beating, but it's still alive. Kind of surprising. Alright, up here. More infantry. Unfortunately, the infantry aren't going to be super useful against the city since I don't have the crack grenades. Take a peek. Okay. Sitting on a wire lead. That's not ideal. Rallying the remnants. Recovered scattered units. Got the armor class bracers. With this many soldiers reclaimed, you can rest more easily behind our walls, but we must keep reinforcing. Xenos cannot be allowed to take this world. You were just going to run away because we can't really do much with you to the Castellan. If he comes forward, we'll try to light him up with the heavy weapon squads. I'm not sure if I should just pull back here or not. I definitely can't take this out. We could kill some orcs, possibly. I want to get out of range of the city if we want to do that, though, just to kind of whittle down the orc units. So you are super banged up, so let's get you as far away as possible. You're kind of hidden because of the Imperial ruins here. They're out of range of the city. You guys are still in range of the city. So we want to move you if we can. Let's pull them back as well so we can try to heal them up. Do some damage. I really need those crack grenades if I'm going to try to go after the Orc City here. So get them out of range of the city. Just kind of whittle down the war buggies here a bit. They want to come my way. Let's put the guards in the back. We can take shots if anything comes close, so mainly the boys. So kind of giving up going after the city, at least for now. Just making more war buggies. Yeah, he keeps moving guys off to the right here, so I'm assuming he must be fighting somebody. So I may not want to necessarily take out the orcs if they're going to act as a buffer between me and somebody else. Let's see if we can finish off at least one of these buggies. So close. Let's run away with you so we can try to recover. You move back and then we'll have you heal up. don't really want to put anybody in range of the city for right now. So this will just kind of be a fallback position. Yeah, you can stay there, that's fine. Alright, meat shields. Go grab this, see if we can spot the Castellan. Yep. So we've got pretty long range here, so let's see if we can do a little bit of damage. 1.8 is not a lot. 25 health overall. You guys are just going to kind of stay here and suck it up. Clear the city tile. I need that hab block before I can really do much of anything else. What else is going to be useful? I could go ahead and start working on something else, but I do need that hab block. 4 turns. Cold Mechanicus will take 6. Ore Extractor will take 4. So we can get an Ore Extractor in possibly beforehand. Even though I don't have the population to man it yet, I will have the population eventually. So let's go ahead and do that. So I think we're going to pull back here, at least for now. We'll kind of see maybe about advancing a different direction. I am kind of thinking he is fighting somebody out here, so I might want to leave him as a buffer. We can come back when we've got more force and firepower available. Kind of banged up here a little bit. Yeah, crack grenades would really help, but okay, you can stay there and heal. We should be safe. So we can get our other sentinels out of here. You can stay there and heal. You go ahead and move back. Try opening up some spaces for the sentinels to get out of the positions they're in. So run for it. Take off as well. Them back, move them into the forest. That's fine. Let's head down this way, just out of curiosity, see if we can spot anything. Nothing. Okay. So he could still be here, I just don't see him. The Castellan, that is, up here. So for now, I'm just going to leave them there. I'm not sure if he takes shots, if we'll then see him and then fire at him, or if he's actually going to have to move out for us to spot him. They're going to stay there healing up. So let's see how hard the orcs come after me, or if they do at all. Not at all. Yeah, they've got to be fighting somebody else. Made of the heavy weapon squad. Start moving them out. Let's see if we can see anything. Nothing. We'll probably just leave them there for now. You are recovering. Let's get you back, and then you can start recovering as well. Infantry can kind of cover us by hanging out in the forest. So we'll put units in the forest here. A little bit of protection. And we might as well keep pumping out heavy weapon squads, because why not? Got tons of food, more food coming in all the time. They're only taking a little bit of food. Doesn't take a lot to make them either, just 15 ore. I am running low on ore, though, now. Gonna need to get more ore production going here as quick as possible. Still haven't built any research, and that was something I really wanted to focus on too early on, but haven't been able to get anything going that direction. Yeah, the orcs have got to be fighting somebody because they just don't care and are not coming after me at all. Okay, heal up, stay put. Heal up and stay put. Doing the same. Let's see if we can spot anything here. No, surprising. Thought he'd still be there. Stay put on Overwatch. Same up here. Hat block next turn, so we can start working on that. Those are mechs. Hat block, building that increases population limit. The classic imperial structure, these identikit city buildings are seen all over the Empire. They provide the minimum amount of shelter and comfort required for the people of the Imperium to eke out their short lives. The colony's founding, sometimes they're built in situ. More often, remote planets are dropped directly for any colonizing spaceships. It's increased by 6. It does take a lot of ore to build them. That's kind of sucky. Could run out just to kill the mechs. That's kind of tempting. Infantry unit that repairs vehicles and founds new cities. Without mech boys, orcs would lack for light, power, transport, even guns. They lack for sanitation regardless, but that's another story. Whenever an orc needs something built, be it a shiny new shooter or the boss's new ride, they go straight to the mechs. Furthermore, an orc with teeth to spare can take existing kit to the nearest mech in the hope of having damage repaired or maybe even customizing done. It's a rare day the customer gets what he asked for, but whatever the mech turns out will normally be fair flash all the same. Yeah, very tempting just to run out and shoot them up. Very, very tempting. Okay, you're healing, you're healing, you are healing. Oh, we got our Hydra. Okay, Hydra has 7 armor, 24 health. As opposed to 6 armor, 32 health. It does have longer range than the Sentinels. It does have multiple weapons as well. So it's got the heavy bolter and the autocannon, so going to do pretty well against infantry, but only 2 armor penetration. So armored targets are not going to be that useful to go after with the Hydra. But if I can do any damage from range, it's better than nothing. Let's just creep out here. Where the heck did that Castellan go? Let's scout and see if we can see him. Oh, he went way off. Huh, surprised he took off that far. So this does look like it might connect up here to the orcs. Most likely. You guys are back to full health. Got something down here. Let's just see if we can spot anything. No, it's more Grox. Okay. Let's move the heavy weapon squads up a little bit. So here we're still kind of protecting the sentinels that are repairing. I could send some guard out to deal with the mechs, shoot them up, but we've got those buggies out here as well, I'm sure. For right now, I think we're just going to stay put. We're totally blocking this way forward, at least for a while. We definitely need that hab block next, so that's what we're going to start working on. That's going to wreck a lot of my ore production capability, or my ore resources that I've got built up. I can't build anything vehicle-wise right now because I used up all my ore to do that. So that's all I can really do for right now. Research. What do we need? I think we need the crack grenade before we do anything else. Tank commander. Yeah, I still need the Shrine of the Aquila too. Yeah, let's go crack grenade for now, then we'll probably try Shrine of the Aquila so we can start making heroes. Need to start progressing here as quick as possible. I'd like to get basilisks as soon as I can, even if I skip a bunch of other stuff and then go back later. Alright, see what happens. Oh, the orcs are coming now. That's a lot of shooting going on. Not very much damage being done. Yeah, a little bit of protection being in the forest, but not a ton. Alright, so I'm actually over time for what I had planned on for today, so what I'm going to do is probably just do military actions, and then we'll set production, and then that'll be it, save it, and that'll be it for today, and we'll continue with the campaign probably tomorrow. You guys didn't get shot at all. So I can do 4.2 with my rifles. My frag grenades actually do a little bit more against the orcs. Guys are still healing, you're still healing, you're still healing. Oh, you even got shots from there. Alright, what we're going to do, a little bit of damage. We'll cycle out the unit that got shot up the most. I don't know if I want to use the grenade here or not. It's very tempting. Actually going to shoot at the boys a little bit, because if they move up, they're going to do more damage to me, because they're close combat. You guys, we're going to pull back. you're going to move up. Take some shots. Back in. Just going to keep doing that until we get our sentinels healed back up and kind of see what the orcs do. And I think we're probably going to advance more down here. Castellan was down that way. Let's run down here. Let's go grab some Grox pastures. Thankfully, nothing around. Back up them. We can actually take a shot. Might as well. Guess we might as well move up and take some shots. Just looking at where I have line of sight. Unfortunately, the forest here kind of blocks me, so I'd have to get into range if I want to do that. It's not quite close enough. Don't really want to get in range of him if I can avoid it. So for now, we'll just move there. If he moves up so that he's in range, then we can take some shots. Where do I want the Hydra? Do I want to reinforce these guys, or do I want to reinforce this force? It's slow going through the forest. Let's maybe head towards the orcs with these guys. Okay, we're working on the Hab block for more population. We're working on the heavy weapons squad. I do now have enough stuff that I can build another vehicle and start working on one. It's the same time for either one. I think for the extra range, I'm going to go for the Hydra, at least for now, since we've got a bunch of sentinels up that direction right now already. So I think that'll be it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. So we've got kind of a little bit of a stalemate here going on with the orcs. I've got enough troops up here that I think I can hold them pretty much no matter what they push at me. And we can kind of keep exploring down to the south, hoping we don't run into anything else. Once I get crack grenades, and we can kind of look at maybe trying to go for the orc city, since I have just a ton of infantry up here. And then maybe we'll send the Hydras up here as well, or maybe some heavy weapon squads and Hydras also to help out. We can stay at range, out of the range of the city, and keep hitting it. Yeah. I want to try to focus on longer range stuff as much as possible, staying at range, but we're going to have to do some research as well. But yeah, that's going to be about it for today. I'll go ahead and save it before anything else happens, just in case. If I can spell. Expansion. Expansion. All right, thanks for hanging out. Hopefully I'll see you next time. We're going to do a little bit more of this probably tomorrow. Going to continue with the Imperial Guard campaign and hope everything goes well. Initially thought we'd be pretty weak, and we are, but we're doing okay so far. If you're interested in earlier streams, so my Necron stream, my Orc stream, I've got those up, mostly up on my YouTube channel. Twitch only holds on to things for a couple of weeks, so anything older than that is up on my YouTube channel, which is also DisturbingPuppet, which is one word. So please check stuff out there if you're interested. But that's going to be about it for today, so hopefully I'll see you next time. Have a good one.